Welcome back to Life on Cars. This is episode 2 of the NC500 road trip to Scotland. So if you haven't watched episode 1, you need to go back and watch that first. So let's get going. Let's see what happened for the remainder of this epic road trip. Let's go. Day 5. Let's see where we're going today. It's a beautiful day. So this is where we are at the moment. Now my chief navigator and planner, Mrs. Life on Cars, has spotted a flaw in this AA map. Because basically this road here, the NC500, is not marked because it brings you out onto the edge of this peninsula, or near the edge of that peninsula there, on a very windy, twisty road, and then back around, and then we rejoin this road here, and we come all the way down here, all the way down past this lock, and then we back up here, and our destination tonight is Laide here. And I think along this route here there's some waterfalls and a castle that we want to see as well, and it should be quite a long drive today. It's going to be about 100 miles, I think. We'll see what it is when we get there. Let's go. What an incredible morning. Beautiful. Sun glistening off the water. Don't know where to look, do you? Everywhere you turn your head, it's something else to look at. Yeah, we'll stop here and get some photographs, I think. We've just done the Widow Falls waterfall, which is down a gorge that way. It's a bit of a challenging walk, but it's not far. Just a bit unstable underfoot, but it was worth it. I'll put some footage in now. It's crazy. Crazy view. Time for coffee. It's like a castle to me over there. I mean, it's like a perfect setting, isn't it? A little bit of a beach and a bit of a castle. Wow. I'm not very good with heights. Well, we're just about to leave Kishorn Gorge and we've got about 20 miles left to do today. It's been some epic driving, epic scenery. What? Is that how you say it? Kishorn. What are you laughing at?
Good attempt.
so in another 20 miles we'll be ready for a stop. But the weather, as you've seen on the footage, we've just had blue skies all day, which is incredible really for October. So anyway, we'll see you a bit later on. Is that where we're staying tonight? Day 6, here we go again. Let's have a quick look on the map where we're going today. So this is where we are this morning, Laide, and we're going to follow the road around, and then again this road's not clearly marked on the map, but it should bring us right round the edge here, back in again, and this is where we're ending up tonight, which is a place called Sanachan. So the plan this morning is to head to Victoria Falls for our first stop of the day, and hopefully explore and see what we can see when we get there. It's another beautiful day. That lock you can see over there is called Loch Marie. And did you know there's over 31,000 locks in Scotland? Fact for the day. Right, we just stopped for some coffee and we're about to tackle this bit now, which brings us out and we end up in Applecross. So this is going to be quite a twisty, narrow route, I'm guessing, with some good views, and so should be a bit of a exciting drive, and then maybe stop in Applecross for another coffee. So let's see how we get on. Black sheep. Proper mountain pass this, isn't it? Have we found a pyramid? It literally is perfect triangle, isn't it? Well, we made it to Applecross. Took about an hour and the road was unbelievable, as you've seen from some of the footage there. We've passed through valleys, up and down, past some wonderful locks and things. The views were just unbelievable. So we're going to grab a coffee, and we're not far from where we're staying tonight. Wow, we just climbed 2,000 feet coming out of Applecross. Incredible height. You can see the road twisting down there, all the way back down. impassable quite often with snow and ice in the winter. This hairpin. Wow. Incredible. Morning everybody. Well, it's the final day, it's day 7, and today we're just heading back to Inverness to finish off this amazing trip, finish off the NC500, and we'll see if there's anything interesting on the way. I'm sure there will be, but the sky's clouded over today, but never mind. It's been an amazing trip so far, so let's get going. So this is where we've ended up last night, and today we're going to be travelling along this road to Inverness and finishing the NC500. And then after we've had a look around Inverness, we're then travelling back to Perth, which is a fair trek, but we're going to stop there overnight before we head back to where we live. So yeah, we're having another night's stay in Perth, but you'll catch up with us a bit later on when we finish the NC500. Look at that, a bit of rain on the bonnet and a bit of wet on the roads. We haven't seen that for 7 days. How lucky we've been. Still looks beautiful out there though, doesn't it? About 19 miles outside of Inverness, we just stopped at Rogie Falls because we heard that there might be a possibility of seeing some salmon jumping up the river. It's probably not quite, it's basically the end of the salmon season, but if I catch one on the camera, I'll cut it in. Maserati Mexico. Never seen one of them before. Just randomly left in the car park. Well, there we are then. We've just crossed over the bridge into Inverness and we've just parked up. We're going to have a mooch around Inverness. And then we'll be heading off to Perth for our overnight stop. So we've finished. We've completed the NC500. What a journey. So the next time you see me, I'll be back at home, back in the garage, and I'll summarise this amazing trip. See you in a bit. So there's the numbers. Total trip distance was 1,226.3 miles, and she's averaged 31 miles per gallon over the whole trip, which I think is remarkable really, especially with some of the climbs we've had to do and trundling around those highlands. It's unbelievable really what it's achieved for such a big beast with a 4.2 litre V8, so I'm well pleased with that. Fantastic. Don't think I've ever seen her looking so dirty. She's had to work for a living. You absolute legend of a car. Look what she's been through. Look at all the splatters on the front. And look what survived the trip. My dad's Sprigger header. Well done. Wow, what a machine. Over 1,200 miles. That's better. Looking just lovely again. Well, I don't know about you, but I think she deserves that badge. Well done. And I've got the t-shirt to prove it. Well, what an epic trip. How do I describe it? Well, do you know what? If you're thinking about doing it, just get it done, because we were blown away with the scenery. We were blown away with everything about the journey. In fact, the roads and the way that they twist and turn through the valleys and past lochs and beaches and you name it. It's just the waterfalls as well are spectacular. But anyway, I just wanted to summarise a couple of things. So you need a good plan and a good navigator, which I had, Mrs. Life on Cars. Thank you very much. Couldn't have done it without her. She kept me right with where we were going and sorted out all the accommodation. And Mrs. Life on Cars, she also did a lot of filming for the trip as well, and she made a great job of it. The car, do you know what? The car goes really close to being probably the perfect car for the trip. It's a GT car, isn't it? The Jaguar XK. It's designed for a Grand Tour. And, you know, it soaks up all the bumps in the road. It's got quite subtle suspension, plenty of power, plenty of torque. Spent most of its time burbling along somewhere between the sort of like 1300 RPM up to like maybe 1,700 revs, you know what I mean? It was basically barely ticking over the whole journey, especially when we were in the Highlands, just pulling up some of those hills and being automatic as well. You know, that was quite good for the trip. Otherwise, you'd have been up and down the gearbox. So it was just nice to just take in the sights, not worry about what gear you're in. And the gearbox on the Jaguar XK, it's quite intelligent. It's for its age, you know, for a 2006 car, the gearbox works well. You know, it holds the revs. Sorry, it holds the gear when you're going down hills as well. So you've got some engine braking, and yeah, it's a cracking car for the trip, and I thoroughly enjoyed driving it for those 1,200 miles. Fantastic. Returned really good MPG, as you saw earlier on in the clip as well. Never missed a beat, and yeah, I can't sing the praises enough for the Jaguar XK on the road trip. Some costs you might be interested in. So we did a 7-night stay in various places, and that cost us £820, and the fuel used cost around about £230 in total. Other costs, obviously food as well, and other bits and pieces. There wasn't much in the way of kind of parking charges or anything like that, because a lot of the places up there you can park for free. So just a couple last things to say. Don't be afraid to get out there with your modern classic and go and do something like this. I mean, the Jaguar there, you know, it's 18 years old now, and you know, it never missed a beat. So to get out there, use your car. Don't be afraid to do a big road trip. That's what it's designed for. And yeah, we did see a lot of unusual vehicles up there, some old, some new. Didn't see any electric cars though. So there you go then. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give me a like and a subscribe if you're new to Life on Cars. I'd really appreciate that. And have a look around the playlist, because there's a lot going on Life on Cars. We've got all sorts going on. Routine maintenance on various vehicles, classic cars being restored, and a big project on my Rolls Royce as well. So yeah, take a look around the channel, and in the meantime, stay safe, drive carefully, and I'll see you next time with something else on Life on Cars.